gonna tell you about my favorite place to roll.
Yeah, now I'm in control. Tell you all about my favorite place to bowl. Located inside Lambton County. I'll tell you all for free, ain't gotta put up a bounty. Point Edward, it's the location you know. At this great place called Marcin Bowl. Also gutter balls, restaurant and bar. If you want great food, you ain't gotta go far. Also home to an arcade. So many great games to play. So don't let your day waste away. Come on out and bowl today. Almost forgot about rock and roll. Listen up before you scroll. It's a perfect combination of bowling, music, and fun. It's Friday to Sunday and you won't want it to be done. No, you wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. 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 Aw, snap. We ain't done though. Now what to do when you're ready to go. Here to spit these rhymes to help you know. Go to the front desk if you need some shoes. And choose how long you bowl, yeah, it's up to you. Now I want to give some safety tips, but don't you dare fret, yeah, this'll be quick. Clean your balls so you can grip them tight. And tie your shoes so you don't slip like ice. Also clean up if you get some food. Yeah, use your manners and don't be rude. Now all the fun is up to you. Visit in the morning, night, or the afternoon. Yeah! You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl.
And we are live, coming here from Marcin Bowl in beautiful Point Edward, Ontario. It is the Marcin's Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament. I am the Triple M, the Marcin Marketing Manager, Ian. Thank you for joining me today. And we are here live for an amazing tournament. All of our lanes on the 10-pin side are filled, and we will have some amazing doubles action here today.
Don't be shy, Ian. That was you wrapping that out there as we came on here at Marcin Bowl, and you're pretty creative, I got to tell you. Like Marcin Bowl, like you put that all together yourself, didn't you?
I sure did.
Yeah, there you go. For those of you who might recognize my voice, David Burrows here, and I'm actually just here on the sidelines, but wanted to say hello and tell him what a good job he's done there, right? And it looks like things are getting started underway, Ian.
Looks like things are underway, and as they get underway, I will run through who will be competing on each lane. So on our very first lane, on lane 13, we have Carl Best and Amy Best going up against Jill Fries and Ralph McDuff. On lane 14, we have Patrick Mumby and Kevin Matthews going up against Mike Shepard and Jay Lapointe. On lane 15, it will be Billy Best and Sarah Best going up against Chris Murphy and Jerry Worsley. On lane 16 is Marcel Pinard and Debbie Anhorn going up against Joe Windover and Josh Shura. Moving over to lane 17 will be Brad Geertz and Char Geertz going up against Mike Hebert and Dave Pearson. Over on lane 18, we have Jim Lapointe and Brian Watson going up against Ann Strangway and Ian Frazier. On lane 19, it will be Larry Plum and Mike Marsons going up against Haley Ray and Courtney Martin. On lane 20, it will be Gary McClough and Jeff Bartrand against Bryce Watson and Cole Parkilla. Moving over to lane 21, it will be Jay Bell and Steve Giles against Jackie McLaughlin and Helen Mackey. Over on lane 22, it is Matt Kikabini and Aaron Amond going up against Norm Wilson and Ken Rubatelli. On lane 23 is Chris Woodman and Melaine Lefebvre against Brett Zevenbergen and Sabrina Rankin. On lane 24 is Dave Bruder and John Armstrong going up against Ronnie Shepard and Lisa Lapointe. On lane 27, it is Taylor and Jaden Heimbecker going up against Tony Olson and Joan Olson. Lane 28, Doug Black and Jeff Raymond against Heather Cassetta and Kurt Cassetta. A lot of family teams here today. Speaking of which, on lane 29, we have Bob Avery and Carrie Avery against Jim Vokes and Rachel Hewson. On lane 30, Jason Armitage and Dave Little against Jason Fox and Chris Meredith. On lane 31 is Penny Geertz and Al McChesney against Anne Mary Reed, Chris Moxley. On lane 32, it is Pierre Bellevue and Carrie Heckamp, Michaela Apter, and Rob Bonham. On lane 33 will be Cliff Crawford and Jess Helig going up against Sarah Ingalls and Blake Ingalls. On lane 34 will be Shane Chipman and Brian Long, just Tina Shepard and Mike Shepard. That is lane 13 to lane 34. And again, apologies for any mispronunciations of names. But here we have our teams practicing, getting ready for the tournament to get underway. Each team has about 15 minutes of practice here before our tournament gets underway. A lot of good play so far. We'll see if practice can translate. Sometimes with whatever sport, you have a really good practice, and other times, maybe not so good of a practice, but you do really well during play. Sometimes you don't want to show your hand. Could be getting a strike now, and may not turn out that way during the tournament, or vice versa.
And how's your bowling skills, Ian?
I don't know if I want to talk about that live on air, Dave.
Okay, probably me neither. But I mean, it's really quite a skill, you know. I mean, a perfect game being a 300. I'm going back 30 years when I worked here at Marcin Bowl, doing the karaoke, if you can believe that. And I bowled, and I could never break more than like a 130. So, like, after a couple of years, I'm like, I'm not a quitter, but I know when I'm beat. So I just couldn't do it anymore. Yeah.
I think my best game is about a 200, but there's some bowlers here today that have got a lot more 300 games than I've got in those 200 games. So
it'd take me about 5 or 6 games to hit 300.
We have one bowler here today who's actually one of our mechanics, Bryce Watson. He's bowling today, and he's on. Well, his dad is on lane 18, Brian Watson.
Okay.
So that will be very interesting there. But also he is he's bowling today. Let me just see which lane he's on again. But he's bowling, and he's got a couple 300 games under his belt. It's not one to brag, but
we'll brag for him.
I hope I don't put too much pressure on him. If he hears this back, he might not be too happy with me. He is on lane 20. Bryce Watson will be on lane 20, one of our mechanics here. You can see our wonderful lanes here at Marcin Bowl. And if you would like to bowl at Marcin Bowl, you can by going on our website at marcinbowl.com and booking your reservation today. We don't just have 10 pin, we also have 5 pin as well. We have 12 lanes for 5 pin. And we have many lanes for 10 pin. Also tomorrow night, we're having another one of our wonderful music nights, Marcin Music Nights, with a young up-and-coming band, Forced Epiphany. You do not want to miss that. That is tomorrow night for St. Patrick's Day from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're back here on the lanes for practice. Everyone's warming up. A lot of good form there. A lot of technique behind these. I know a lot of inexperienced bowlers, when you see them coming to the alley, a lot of times they roll straight, but you see a lot of these experienced bowlers, the ball, they'll put it on a curve. And a lot of times that leads to why you get a lot of these high-scoring games. When you can really angle the bowling ball towards getting a strike or even getting a split. From my time here, I've seen a lot of, there's a lot of technique that goes into bowling. It's not just roll the ball down the lane. You know, sometimes you get lucky and you can get a strike. Trust me, I know. I've gotten lucky my fair share of times getting that one random strike, but it does take a lot of technique to have a very consistent game, and that's what a lot of these bowlers here today are looking to do. We want to give a big shout out to the Video Show Network and the show with David Burrows. That is why we're here today.
Thanks, man. This is my first time live streaming a bowling tournament. I was really excited. You know, we kind of came up with this last minute here, and I'm just excited to be here doing this. My first live stream of a bowling tournament.
Well, this is my first time commentating a bowling tournament, so
lots of firsts happening.
Also want to give a big shout out to Brian Watson. He's bowling on lane 18 today with Jim LaPointe for this first tournament. He's the one that came up with this logo here, the Shamrock's No Tap Doubles Tournament, as well as the Marcin's logo with the Shamrock. You see there, wonderful logo there. As you may be able to hear Dave Burrows in the background, feel free to share this. Share this stream with your friends. If you can't make it today and you know some other people that wanted to come watch, share this. It's available all over Facebook. It's probably where you're watching it today, but also as well as YouTube and many other platforms. As you may be able to see in the background there on the right-hand side, those green things hanging on the wall, those are little dinosaur tails that you can roll down the balls. So if your kids may need some assistance there rolling on the 10-pin side, they can use those. And we have lighter balls. We have 4-pound balls, 5-pound balls, 6-pound balls. Now none of our bowlers here today will need those because these are some very skilled bowlers. I might have needed those going into this tournament, but none of these bowlers do. And the bumpers will not be up as well. Again, I would have needed the bumpers up to get a good score in this tournament. But again, these are very skilled bowlers. You do not want to miss this tournament. You will see a lot of highly competitive bowling here today. A lot of teams that know each other well. As you may have heard when I was running down the list, a lot of family members competing with each other, and even some competing against each other, and a lot of bowling teammates competing with each other. So a lot of chemistry there. They know how to work off of each other. They know how to bowl with each other. And also, you know, speaking of family, you and your family can come on down to Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant here at Marcin Bowl and try our pizza all day, every day. You do not want to miss this. You can also order our pizza for takeout if you would like. This wonderful pizza is made by Chef Paul. Chef Paul, a great chef.
It's delicious pizza, I just got to say. I'm not a huge pizza guy. We don't eat a lot of pizza, but we came here. I know there was a benefit here not too long ago, and then we came in the next day or something, and I had some pizza, and it was like, wow, delicious pizza.
It's very great pizza. My dad's not that big on pizza, but he's had it a few nights when he's come here for the music nights, which again, tomorrow night, 8 to 10 p.m. You can come out and watch Forest Epiphany for our Marcin music nights. Yes, that's tomorrow night. Forest Epiphany, a young up-and-coming band, acoustic duo. That's tomorrow night for St. Patrick's Day. Come have some drinks, enjoy some music. We've got about 2.5 minutes left of practice here, and then the tournament will get underway. So some of the bowlers here, as I alluded to earlier, they may not be showing their whole hand here. They may just, be getting warmed up. They don't want to show their opponents all of their skills. Sometimes, maybe a little intimidation. Maybe they do want to show how good they are right away. Maybe give them that confidence boost and their teammates a confidence boost. And yes, you are watching the Marcin's Shamrock no-tap doubles, which is underway of practice. As you may have heard over the PA, practice is coming to an end. 2 minutes left. Then we will get on to the competition where these teams will compete in 3 games over the course of this afternoon. You can follow us on all of our socials at Marcin Bowl, Facebook, which you may be watching this on, or also our Instagram as well. And before we get underway for this tournament, a lot of these bowlers here today, they are league bowlers here at Marcin Bowl, and you will see a lot of the skills you will get here today. And shout out to the wonderful servers here at Gutter Balls Bar and Restaurant, getting us some water.
Take good care of us around here.
You want to come to Gutter Balls Bar and Restaurant. We have amazing servers and amazing food. Want to make sure that we're hydrated for this wonderful tournament today, so we can talk to you through all of this action here today. A lot of amazing league bowlers. And if you would like to bowl at Marcin Bowl, you can reserve online, but also we have league registrations coming up for September. More information will be on our Facebook and our Instagram about that, so stay tuned for that coming up if you would like to be in a league and work on your bowling skills. So perhaps you can be like these bowlers here.
One of the nice things about this, though, is it's not just all the skilled bowlers here today. It's anybody could come into this Shamrock tournament, because it's kind of like, they used to call it like a 9 is fine, right? So if you get 9 pins down, it's considered a strike. Of course. So it kind of levels the playing ground for everybody. So it's there's some competition to it, but it's really just a fun day. And if you look around, you can see all different age groups out here today too, Ian.
Yeah, we have a lot of our young bowlers from Saturdays, and we have a lot of our league bowlers from throughout the week. We have leagues running pretty much every day of the week. Anytime you can really think of, we have leagues going on as well. But we do have things like Rock and Bowl as well, and birthday party packages you can find on our website at marcinbowl.com. We have Rock and Bowl, but also we have Rock and Bowl at Highway Bowl, which is our affiliate lanes. You can go to Rock and Bowl there. We have Rock and Bowl here Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but they also have Rock and Bowl on Thursdays. And I heard a rumor that they might be doing a trivia night at Highway Bowl with a certain someone hosting it soon in April.
Like, who would that be?
I don't know.
Oh, it's you, isn't it?
It might be. It might be, Dave.
Trivia is always a lot of fun. I mean, my favorite part's the music, but that was only because I was a DJ for so many years. But as long as it's the old school stuff. But if you start talking about modern music, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Nice crowd in here today. Lots of people, of course, participating, but lots of people who are just here to observe as well, and see some people in the restaurant also, which they're enjoying the menu items and a few beverages.
Yeah, it's a lot of great bowling action, a lot of family members here and friends here to support, and yeah, people enjoying our 5-pin side as well as Gutter Balls Bar and Restaurant. Which I know our pizza and our wings are quite a big hit there. And thank you very much to our wonderful servers here at Gutter Balls Bar and Restaurant for giving us water. Shout out to Brooklyn for helping us out. The bowlers here are making their final preparations, making sure they're all warmed up, making sure their form is good, that their gear is all on tight, that everything's well and oiled, and they're ready to go, and that they're on form for the tournament today. Because even though there's nothing huge at stake here today, it's nice to have some bragging rights over maybe your family or friends. If you're the top team here today, we have some families competing against each other, with each other, and a lot of friends and fellow league members competing against each other. So it's nice to have some bragging rights over those people. If you're able to go back to league throughout the week or the dinner table tonight and go, you know who won the tournament and who didn't? It's nice to have those bragging rights. And again, before we get started, huge shout out to the servers at Gutter Balls Bar and Restaurant, making sure we stay hydrated. Gave us a huge pitcher of water to make sure our throats do not get dry during this broadcast. Looks like we're getting underway here. The bowlers are bowling their first game. I see a lot of strikes already. That's just the level of competition here. A lot of strikes going on. Over on lane 24, we got a ball. We got one pin standing up on lane 24. That looks to be Ronnie Shepard. So my mistake that was Dave Bruder. And a reminder to come out every Thursday night for a great deal on wings. $10 for 1 pound of wings at Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant. That's a deal you do not want to miss.
A few moments later.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's okay. A few moments later, and we're still seeing a lot of strikes. Got some 7-10 splits there over on lane 27. Now, David Burrows has left me to my own devices here, so if everything goes wrong, I'm sorry, but you know what's not going wrong? On lane 22, we just saw a strike over on lane 22. Reminder on lane 22, we have Matt Akabini, Aaron Amond, Norm Wilson, and Ken Robitelli. And again, apologies for any mispronunciations of the names. And we got a strike here on lane 27, as you have just seen on the right side of your screen. On lane 27, we have Taylor and Jaden Heinbecker going up against Tony Olson and Jean Olson. That was one of the Heinbecker sisters. And we have what is called a no tap there on lane 23. Now that is if 9 pins are left standing on your, or 1 pin is left standing on your first go. That counts as a strike, hence the no tap in the no tap doubles tournament. For the Marcin Shamrock no tap doubles tournament. We're on lane 23 again. That again counts as a strike, which deserves one of these. Dave really should not have given me a soundboard. We're on lane 24 there. Not quite a strike or a no tap. 2 pins left standing. Over on lane 13, way on the left side of your screen, we have Carl Best and Amy Best against Jill Fries and Ralph McDuff. You can see way down there. And over closest to the screen here on this side, we're getting a lot of no taps. So 9 pins, which counts in this tournament as a strike. Over on lane 22, there's a bowler with 2 no taps and a strike. We got 3 strikes in a row for 2 bowlers. That'll be a good team score there. Now, a lot of these bowlers here, they have a lot of really good form. I see a lot of these bowlers here at Marcin coming in and practicing all throughout the week, whether it's for just their leagues or even for tournaments, just like this one. A lot of these bowlers also compete in some pretty big tournaments around Ontario and around the area. So a lot of them are hoping to win today because, as I've said, a lot of family members competing against each other, competing with each other. Even if you're on a team with a family member, even if you don't win today, getting the higher score, even though your team, some pretty good bragging rights. We have two sisters, as you can see right on the camera there, competing with each other. They are doing very well as well. And that is Heimbecker, Taylor and Jaden Heimbecker. So a lot of families competing with each other today, even on opposite teams. And we have Brian Watson, who did our wonderful Marcin Shamrock No Tap Doubles logo, and the Marcin's logo with the Shamrock, competing there on lane 18. And Bryce Watson, one of our wonderful mechanics, is competing on lane 20. We'll be keeping an eye out on the scores throughout the day to see if anyone bowls a nice 300 game. And if we get another 300 game, you will hear this sound once again.
You're just looking for a reason to push that button.
Oh, I already pressed it when you left.
Oh, there you go. You know, it's great to see this tournament continue on. I mean, and this is, you know, Marcin is known as the house that Steve built.
Yes.
Right? And I think it was like 1929 or something like that.
Yeah, Marcin has a long history here in Point Edward.
Yeah. You know, and shout out to Jeff Wicken and his family and his wife Jen for, you know, taking it on here at Marcin Bowl to you know, after previous owners decided to give it up, and Jeff stepped in and said, I got to do this, keep bowling going here in Lambton County, right? You know, and fantastic lanes. I remember when they were all wooden lanes, and I remember years ago when they put in these synthetic lanes, and they've been very well looked after and updated, and there's like 5,000 movable parts on one of those machines, Ian, if you can imagine.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of work to keep these lanes running, and we have wonderful mechanics in the back currently working on these lanes as well, and some of them are bowling right now and taking the day off just to bowl. But yeah, it's incredible what's going on here at Marcin Bowl as well as Highway Bowl. Jeff owns that as well. And if you would like to come and bowl at Marcin Bowl, you can see our hours here on the right-hand side of the screen. And all of our bookings are done on our website at marcinbowl.com. We do birthday party packages as well. And we have a lot of fun events coming up at Marcin Bowl as well as Highway Bowl. As you see there, we have live entertainment, live music coming up at Marcin Bowl. That was great timing, Dave, because we have Marcin Music Nights. We have Forced Epiphany, a young up-and-coming band, tomorrow night for St. Patrick's Day, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. They're a wonderful acoustic duo. You do not want to miss them for St. Patrick's Day. Getting back to the action here, you will see a lot of 9 pins getting counted as strikes here, and that is because of the no tap rule for the no tap doubles. And that is because when you get 9 pins on your first ball, that counts as a strike. That's to keep it a bit more level, as you'll see a lot of different age gaps and skill gaps here, as some of these bowlers have been bowling longer than some of the other bowlers have been alive, believe it or not. So just to keep it level, but a lot of these younger bowlers can keep up very well. We have some of our younger bowlers going to nationals coming up in a few months. And recently we've had a few of our younger bowlers get quite a few high-scoring series and games. Like Ben Lapointe, who is, Ben Lapointe, who is running this tournament here today. Last night he scored an 800 series, which is very difficult to do. I think I could maybe get 800 if I played 6 or 7 games, not 3. Also Joe Windover, who's bowling in this tournament today on lane 16. He got a good series recently, as well as Bryce Watson, who's bowling on lane 20 with his partner Cole Parkilla. So a lot of these bowlers here today are looking for the 9 or 10 pin knockdown, but a split will help as well. And you see a lot of these bowlers are getting 9 or 10 pins right away, or a split, which will help their overall score. For me, I'm lucky if I get, 5-1 and then 1 or 2 the next. So, yeah, it's a very high scoring tournament here. And you know what? We'll score high with you on a scale of 1 to 10. Our fish here at Fish Fridays at Gutterball's Bar and Restaurant. Their beer battered fish and chips special with the beer provided from our friends just across the street at Point Brewery. It's $15, dine in only. Fish Fridays at Gutterball's Bar and Restaurant right here at Marcin Bowl. A lot of these bowlers here today know each other as well from leagues or friends, so it's nice to see a lot of friendly rivalries and people just chatting to each other, wishing each other luck. I saw a lot of that before we started here, so that's very nice to see. A lot of sportsmanship.
Just like that gentleman just came up to me there. It's Mike Farmer. I believe he still bowls. He did years, like 30 years ago when I was here. He's older than me. And you see, I see some familiar faces from a long time ago, that are still here, still bowling. Some are not bowling, but they're here observing, and it's a nice, fun, friendly atmosphere. You don't. While the competitiveness spirit is there, it's still everybody's looking to have a good time today, and it's early.
Yeah, I always feel like for tournaments, you always want to win, but a lot of the times, especially with bowling, it's about improving yourself and improving your score. And even if you can get a personal best score, I feel like that's some of the best competition. Sometimes you're competing against other people, and sometimes you're competing against yourself.
Yeah, good point.
Sometimes both at the same time, which I think we're seeing a lot here today. I heard some of the bowlers talking about the scores that they're looking to get.
Oh, yeah.
I know everyone wants to get a 300, but sometimes people just want to beat their personal best score. And I feel like this is definitely a place to do it. The lights are on bright. It's competition. Chance to win as well. So if you can get your highest score and win, that's the dream scenario right there.
It's a bonus. Throw me a bonus here. And
a big shout out to the man that's making this all happen right now, David Burrows. You can check the show with David Burrows. And you can find him at www.davidburrowslive and at David Burrows. You can find him on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, X or Twitter,
yeah,
TikTok,
I should change
Facebook.
that, right? I guess it's X now, right?
Just put a giant red X over it. Everyone will know.
Right. Poor Elon. He gets picked on.
Oh, trust me, Elon's definitely not poor.
Right. He'll be okay.
Over on lane 24 here, I just looked up at the scoreboard. We've got a bowler with 5 strikes in a row. 4 of those are the no taps, which is 9 pins knocked down on the first ball, and that counts as a strike for the no tap
There's another
doubles
one.
tournament. We got another strike right there, as you can see off this on your right side, or on the left side of the screen, on the far right. And also feel free to join us at Marcin Bowl for our Rockin' Bowl. Fridays 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Saturdays 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. and Sundays 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're also open a bit later on Sundays, this Sunday and next Sunday, for our Marcin music nights. So it's a bit of a live Rockin' Bowl feel there. Got a lot of high-scoring games here, a lot of strikes over on lane 22. Got a 145. And just another strike on lane 22. And looking over to lane 26, we got another high-scoring game as 2 bowlers have gotten strikes and no taps every single time they've bowled. That's just the level of competition I'm talking about here in this tournament. A lot of bowlers are they're at a high level here. Some not so much. That's why the no tap definitely helps. If you can get 9 pins, count that as a strike. And it's always nice to have someone, maybe you're having an off game, your partner can definitely pick up the slack. I know with me, I definitely go with someone who's a more higher skilled bowler to definitely pick up the slack. I'm sorry, Dave, I don't know if you'd be my partner for this tournament, but...
Oh, yeah, I mean, why not, right? Like, what's the worst that could happen? We have some fun.
I don't know, I might go with someone like a Bryce Watson on lane 20.
Well, I guess if you want to win. No, if you want to win, you wouldn't want me, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why the guy that's running this, Ben Lapointe, he's not bowling today, because that man is definitely a cheat code when it comes to bowling. Just got he's got an 800 series again last night.
Wow.
He's bowled quite a few 300s lately. I've been getting a lot of emails for our Facebook page telling me, hey, Ian, can you post this? And every time when it's about a bowler, it's about Ben scoring a 300 or an 800 series. So also shout out to Best Wiring Solutions, one of our wonderful sponsors here at Marcin Bowl. They sponsor one of our lanes. You can see their logo over lane 19 and 20 when you come here to bowl at Marcin Bowl on our 10-pin side.
Yeah, they're doing all that audio, visual, and security stuff, and you can find them online at bestwiringsolutions.com. I know they're a big help to Marcin's and Highway Bowl.
Yeah, that's why you see and hear a lot of our great audio here, and A lot of, things run as smoothly as they do on the audio and video side. Got another strike there on lane 23. A lot of high-scoring games here.
I'd still need it, like, if I needed a strike every time, like, I'd need it to be, like, 5 pins.
Yeah.
Out of the 10, and I don't mean 5-pin bowling. I mean 5 out of the 10. I could probably get a perfect game then. Even then, that might be tough for me.
Yeah, I think if the no-tap rule was 1 pin, I'd be set. But
Right.
sometimes, I don't know. It usually takes me a few to not get in the gutter to get a rhythm going.
You can take a look at these bowlers. You can tell the ones that have been here a while. Like they have like a form, you know, and they approach their focus and their form and the way they land the ball. You can tell. And then there's others like me where you just be like, wow, that's a really heavy ball.
I noticed a lot of the high-scoring ones like to do the two-handed approach, get a curve on it, and get a spin just to target exactly where they need to go. You notice that a lot of times, especially my time being here. You notice there's a lot more strategy and skill that goes into bowling and bowling competitively. It's not just rolling it straight down and hoping it hits the pins. If you knock down 8 and you need to get 1 more, but it's a split, sometimes you have to get an angle on it and get it to roll and hit both of those pins. And I've seen it done lots of times. Don't know if I could do it, but a lot of these bowlers definitely could. Also, big shout out to Highway Bowl. That is our affiliate lanes. You can check out Highway Bowl. And yes, that is me talking to you, Ian Linton. I am the Triple M, the Marcin marketing manager, and also part-time commentator.
So are you like a triple threat?
I guess so.
Marcin's marketing manager, M&M, and M?
Yeah.
You're like M&M, but +1.
I'm M&M and M. You can also find me at Highway Bowl very soon. Have some trivia coming up. More on that in the next couple days. Trivia nights at Highway Bowl. And I'm also joined here by David Burrows. The reason this is all set up today.
Well, I was excited. I told you, like when we talked to Jeff a while ago about it, nothing happened, and then we kind of revisited it, and this just seemed like good timing. And fortunately, I was available because I was like, oh, I really want to do this, right? So, but I know, I don't know if is it public knowledge about what is likely happening in September.
I don't know just yet, but all I can say is we got some big plans for coming up.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, and you might see something like this, maybe with a more professional commentator. Who knows? But
You're doing just fine.
and another band that's doing more than just fine is the acoustic duo of Forced Epiphany. They are a wonderful duo we have coming in tomorrow night at Marcin's Music Night for St. Patrick's Day, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Do a lot of wonderful covers. I've heard them a few times, and they are wonderful. That's why I wanted to bring them into Marcin Music Nights and show Point Edward what they might be missing, or what they already knew. Just looking up at the screens of some of these scores, there's some bowlers that they've only gotten strikes so far.
Wow.
And they're on about their 8th frame. There's a team that has only gotten strikes. Over on lane 26, I definitely would not want to be going up against them.
Well, what's interesting about this, I think it's not really like tournament style. It's more like just the highest score wins, right?
Yeah, so you're
it,
definitely, the team you're competing against definitely gives you a target to aim for and a target to beat, but you're not just competing against that team, you're competing against every team.
Right.
And I guess for some of these bowlers, they're competing for bragging rights within their leagues, their families, even against teammates. I'm a big F1 fan, and I know sometimes teammates, it's a solo sport as much as it is as a team sport. And you want to work together, but you also want to get the biggest score. Again, shout out to the wonderful servers here at Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant, making sure we're hydrated, making sure everyone is hydrated in their own special way.
Brooklyn's been by like every 40 to 60 seconds just through this whole room. She just doesn't stop, and she's always stopping to give us a thumbs up and make sure we're okay. She's busy.
She's definitely one of our wonderful servers here at Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant. Stop in and say hello, and when you are here, make sure you tip the wonderful servers, and stop by for some great food and drinks, and of course bowling, as well as our wonderful arcade. Got some new games in there.
It is a very cool arcade. I like the pinball.
Yeah, I know pinball's quite the hit with my family, so. And again, shout out to Brian Watson. He's bowling here today on lane 18 with Jim Lapointe, and he made this wonderful Marcin's logo with the little Shamrock. And you can see a lot of our wonderful lanes being used today. We've got a few lanes not being used, but that's okay. They're there just for show, so you can see what they look like right before you go and bowl on them. Over right to my left.
Over right to your left?
Over right to my left. We just saw
your other left?
We saw a no tap on lane 24. That is on. Saw that on the left screen. That's what I meant. And a lot of strikes going on there. A lot of no taps as well. So that's 9 pins. We just saw that right there on lane 24. On lane 24, it is Dave Bruder, John Armstrong, Ronnie Shepard, and Lisa Lapointe.
Lisa Lapointe. I know Lisa Lapointe. I wonder if it's the same one.
We have Ben Lapointe, who's running this wonderful tournament here today.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, it's almost better that he's running this tournament because he's a cheat code.
This wouldn't be fair, would it?
It definitely will not be. And Ronnie Shepard there with the wonderful strike on lane 24. And right beside her on lane 23, we got another strike. Everyone has definitely come out to bowl today as they're finishing up their first games. We're on the 9th frame for most of these teams. And again, as you just saw in lane 24, the form of some of these bowlers, I don't know how some of them do it, just with such poise and such focus and the two hands.
Oh.
And you saw a lot of the spin on the ball too. Some of them just have perfected that spin and perfected the form. That's why if you check our Facebook page, you see a lot of people getting high scoring games in the 800 series at Marcin Bowl, right there on our Facebook and on our Instagram at Marcin Bowl. And at marcinbolt.com, you can reserve a lane and use one of these wonderful lanes are also our 5-pin side for birthday parties. We have a March deal going on right now. You can find that about that on our Facebook or on our page, our website at marcinbowl.com for our March party package. It's 2 hours of bowling. You can do 1 or 2 lanes with some great food options there as well. And shoes are included. Speaking of shoes, I'm seeing a lot of wonderful bowling shoes here today. I'm so used to the Marcin Bowl ones, but which are fantastic. We got some nice new ones for you to wear as well. But I'm seeing some nice bowling shoes, looking pretty clean. As you want to get the best grip when you're going to bowl. You don't want to slip and slide. I've done that before. It's definitely not fun. So you see right on our screen, it is on the left side. It is lane 23 and 24 that is closest to us. And sometimes they're swapping over, so you will see Chris Woodman, Elaine Lafrave, Brett Zevenbergen, Sabrina Rankin, Dave Bruder, John Armstrong, Ronnie Shepard, and Lisa Lapointe.
Wow, there's a 2:55 game on lane 24.
That is insane. At 2:55.
So he only missed like a couple of times. It just blows
There
my
was a
mind.
split and there was a 9.
Crazy.
And you know what else is crazy? It's crazy good how good our pizza is, which you can try today. All day, every day at Gutterball's Bar and Restaurant at Marcin Bowl, and it is available for takeout. A lot of good things about our pizza. It's really great. A lot of great flavors as well. A lot of different types of pizza made by our wonderful chef, Paul. I see a 2:35 game going over on lane 20. That's 21. On lane 21, we've got a 2:35 game. Well, yes, on lane 24, there's a 2:55. I believe there's an even higher game on lane 26.
27, I think, actually. 261. Yep.
It is 27. Yes, 27. We have a 261 and a 236. And that's a team game. Just heard a scream there. I think that was a scream of joy or a scream of frustration, but it's always good for these bowlers, you know. Come in, have a nice fun tournament.
Well,
Test
Ian,
their skills.
I think, sorry to interrupt, but I think we should take a break and show off your skills, your music skills, your singing skills, and give everybody a nice close-up look of everything that's available here at Marcin Bowl.
I think so as well.
All right. We'll be back in about 2 minutes here, live in Point Edward.
Ah, snap. I'm gonna tell you about my favorite place to bowl.
Yeah, now I'm in control. Tell you all about my favorite place to bowl. Located inside Lambton County. I'll tell you all for free, ain't gotta put up a bounty. Point Edward, it's the location you know. At this great place called Marcin Bowl. I'll Also gutter balls, restaurant and bar. If you want great food, you ain't gotta go far. Also home to an arcade. So many great games to play. So don't let your day waste away. Come on out and bowl today. Almost forgot about rock and roll. Listen up before you scroll. It's a perfect combination of bowling, music, and fun. It's Friday to Sunday and you won't want it to be done. No. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. 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 Aw, snap. We ain't done though. Now what to do when you're ready to go. Here to spit these rhymes to help you know. Go to the front desk if you need some shoes and choose how long you bowl, yeah, it's up to you. Now I want to give some safety tips, but don't you dare fret, yeah, this will be quick. Clean your balls so you can grip them tight and tie your shoes so you don't slip like ice. Also clean up if you get some food, yeah, use your manners and don't be rude. Now all the fun is up to you. Visit in the morning, night, or the afternoon, yeah! You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl.
all your sheets just to make it easier for yourself.
And we are back here.
You're awesome.
Thank you. Yes, that was We Want to Bowl at Marcin Bowl by yours truly. And we are back here at Marcin Bowl in Point Edward for the Marcin's Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament.
Finishing up the first games here. Some people have already started onto their second games. And as you said, there'll be 3 games per session. We'll be back. When this one's over, we'll end the broadcast, and then we'll start up again at 6:30 for the second half of the Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament.
Yes, you will be seeing some of the same bowlers in the next one, but some different ones as well. Because it's 2 different tournaments, and some people, they can either redeem themselves or maybe go for 2 wins. And also, you can win every Thursday night by coming out to Gutterball's Bar and Restaurant. This amazing deal, 1 pound of wings for $10. That is a can't beat deal right there. $10, 1 pound of wings at Gutterball's Bar and Restaurant right here at Marcin Bowl. We are home to 36 wonderful lanes. You're only seeing our 10-pin side, but we also have a 5-pin side as well. And if you're just joining us, we're finishing up the first games of the 3 games here for the No Tap Doubles Tournament. I am the Triple M, the Marcin Marketing Manager. I'm getting better at saying that, Ian Linton. I'm here with the man that's making this all happen right now, David Burrows.
Yeah, glad to be here doing this. My first time doing a live streaming a bowling tournament, so I predict that we'll be back doing this more often as well.
I think so as well. Stay tuned to our Facebook page and as well as Highway Bowls. We have some great events coming up for both of those lanes. There you see Marcin Bowl on Facebook and at Marcin Bowl on Instagram. And yes, Highway Bowl, some great events. We had some great events there for March break. We had the Taylor Swift party, Rockin' Bowl.
Oh, how did that go?
I heard it went really well. I unfortunately did not get to go and sing some Taylor Swift, but I heard it went very well. We have some great events coming up, like some trivia, which if you stay tuned to Highway Bowl's Facebook page, you'll see that very soon, announced very soon, perhaps this Monday.
Trivia is really popular around here, right? You know, like I know some other places do it as well, but it's like, I don't think we could have enough places doing trivia, so I expect you'll get a good turnout for that.
Yeah, I think so. You know, trivia and bowling, can't beat that. And you also can't beat bowling right here. Shout out to our wonderful servers, especially Jen Barton, who's here, stopping by the booth, saying hello.
Jen, you should come in and talk. Come in and talk with Ian.
She's looking very scared. She said she's okay. Oh, we have a special guest coming into the booth here. One of our wonderful servers at Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant, Jen Barton. How are you doing today, Jen?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. You enjoying the tournament? Enjoying serving everyone?
Yeah. It's a bunch of our regular bowlers.
Yeah, I was just telling everyone how a lot of our league bowlers here, some bragging rights. They can get some bragging rights. You know, we got Bryce and Brian Watson competing against each other, so some family bragging rights, and as well as the league bowlers as well, bragging rights over each other. See
The
who wins.
father-son duo.
Yeah. But yeah, we're keeping busy, and be sure to check out Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant when you stop by here at Marcin Bowl, and you can see our wonderful servers, just like Jen right here.
She's like, take this off.
Thank you, Jen.
I love putting people on the spot. They're like, no, I don't want to talk.
Maybe later we'll have to put one of these bowlers on the spot.
Yeah. It'd be nice to get Ben in here and just have a conversation with him. You know, he's been bowling a long time, and talk to him about his bowling career.
Yeah, it's Ben LaPointe who's putting on this tournament, because I don't think it'd be fair to have him out there bowling today. Last night he just bowled an 800 plus series right here at Marcin Bowl. And if you're looking to join a league and one day get as good as Ben, or just have some fun, meet some wonderful people, you can. We've got some news coming up about league signups and all of that very soon on our socials at Marcin Bowl on Facebook, Instagram. And, you know, occasionally we do some TikToks and YouTube videos. Stay tuned. We have some more of those coming up as well. And right now, we're at the Marcin Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament, and these teams are starting their second games. We had some very high scoring games for the first. And reminder, it's not teams competing against one another, it's teams competing against everyone. So when teams are paired up, it's more of a goal you're trying to beat, just to make sure that if you can beat that team, perhaps you can beat the other teams. And if you're not sure what we mean by no tap, no, it doesn't have anything to do with no drinking or no taps. There, it's no tap is when you're able to get a strike off of knocking down 9 pins for your first ball instead of knocking down 10. Keeps it a level playing field, because we have some bowlers that have been bowling longer than these bowlers have been alive. So it's just to keep it fair and even. So knocking down 9 pins can get you a strike, which is why we're seeing a lot of these high scoring games. As over to my left, we have all strikes in the first frame on lane 24. We have 2 full strikes and 2 no taps. Because on lane 23 and 24, you'll see them swap over from time to time. It is Chris Woodman paired with Melaine Lefebvre, Brett Sevenbergen paired with Sabrina Rankin. And starting on lane 24 is Dave Bruder, John Armstrong, and Ronnie Shepard paired with Lisa Lapointe. Again, a lot of our league bowlers and experienced bowlers here from Marcin Bowl. A lot of family members as well competing with and against each other. So that is interesting to see how that goes here at the Marcin's Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament. I just want to give a huge shout out again to David Burrows for helping put this wonderful broadcast on. You will hear him from time to time jump in with me today. If you don't know who I am Ian Linton, otherwise known as the Triple M, the Marcin's marketing manager. So if you see a lot of the Facebook posts, that is yours truly, keeping you up to date with what's going on, what's happening here at Marcin Bowl. And again, you're seeing a wonderful shot of our 10-pin side. We have 36 lanes in total here at Marcin Bowl. Get lane 13 to 36 here at Marcin Bowl. Hear some clapping here. People are very excited. People are very excited here to see their friends and family bowl. But yes, lane 13 to 36 is what they're bowling on today, with a couple lanes not being used, just to give the bowlers some space. As well as we have lanes 1 to 12 are our 5-pin side. When you're booking online, you get 5-pin or 10-pin at marcinbowl.com for our Marcin's Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament here today. Again, I am Ian Linton, broadcasting here live with the help of David Burrows. Right in front of me, looking up at the screen, we've got a nice high-scoring game here. On 24, they're on their second frame. Lane 23 as well. Got a nice game going on there, as it's just all strikes from everyone on lane 23. And on lane 22, we've got one bowler with 3 strikes in a row. Another high-scoring game here on lane 27. We had a bowler with 261. 300 is a perfect game, so 261, that's more than I could ever do. It's getting pretty busy here right now here for our tournament. We've got another one coming up at 6:30. That will be David Burrows heading up that one. As of right now, we're underway on our second games. A lot of friendly competition. A lot of the bowlers here, they want to take it seriously. They want to get their best scores, but you know, they know it's just all friendly competition here. We got a nice split there going on lane 24. A lot of these bowlers here, they have really good form, and I've seen some really good form here, so I think it can be done. We're watching on the closest side to me on the left side. Can he get this split here? And oh, so close. He gets 9. That'll still go well against his team's score, because as again, the doubles in no tap doubles is for teams. We saw some teams last game get very close to all strikes. That was a no tap there on 24.
Gonna do first game mystery. First number 179.
Over the PA, there, you hear Ben Lapointe, who is running this wonderful tournament. He's putting a lot of effort into this tournament. Make sure it's running. And also, speaking of effort, David Burrows put a lot of effort into this amazing broadcast. He's not here, so no, he's not telling me to say this, but he is why we are live streaming this wonderful tournament today. Also, shout out to Jeff Wickens here at Marcin Bowl. He's helping this tournament and helping Marcin Bowl be the amazing place it is to bowl, as well as Highway Bowl. So again, we've got a lot of families here today, a lot of relatives competing with each other. We have Carl Best and Amy Best. We have Brad Geertz and Char Geert. We have Billy Best and Sarah Best. The battle of the best. They're not on the same lane though, so that may not work. We have Sarah Ingalls and Blake Ingalls as well. Tony Olson, Joan Olson. A lot of families bowling here today.
300 split 5 ways for $12 each.
We got a prize split for $12 each, as you may have heard over the PA system, and the bowlers are excited about that. Almost as excited as they are to compete here today. Any form of competition is really great for these bowlers. And no, that man is not dancing on the lane on the left side. That is one of our wonderful mechanics helping fix one of our lanes there. Making sure that we run smoothly here at Marcin Bowl. Just looking up here from the screen again on lane 27. We've got a bowler with 3 strikes in a row. Now, this isn't baseball, so 3 strikes is good. We will see if we get some bowlers with all strikes. So a 300, a perfect game. We'll be sure to keep you updated if that does happen. We may miss some of the scores here, some of the action. A lot of bowling going on today. A lot of our wonderful league bowlers here. They bowl every day of the week. We have tons of leagues here. And if you stay tuned to our Facebook page, you can find out how you can enter a league as well. Also stay tuned to our Facebook page at Marcin Bowl, and you can find out all of our great events and specials, as well as marcinbowl.com. We have a March party special going on right now. We have 1 lane for 5-pin and 10-pin for $90, or for $95, and 2 lanes for $195. It also includes some great food options as well. 1 medium pizza for the smaller package, and 2 medium pizzas for the bigger package, as well as garlic bites for 1 and 2 garlic bites for the 2-lane package. And again, if you're just joining us, I am Ian Linton. And the Video Show Network and the show with David Burrows presents Marcin's Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament is being put on by the wonderful Ben LaPointe here at Marcin Bowl in wonderful Point Edward, Ontario. I am Marcin's marketing manager, the marketing man himself, Ian Linton. And I will be your host through this afternoon of fun, and David Burrows will be your host tonight for the 6:30 p.m. tournament. We have lots of wonderful and competitive bowlers here today in this tournament. We have a wonderful community here at Marcin Bowl, and I'm not just saying that. A lot of these bowlers, league bowlers, are friends. A lot of family members competing with each other as well. So it is a wonderful community of bowlers, some of the friendliest people you will meet. And over on lane 27, once again, strikes and no taps only. And over on 28 as well. These are some very competitive games, competitive team games. And if I was bowling in this tournament, I would definitely want someone the caliber of Ben LaPointe, who is putting this tournament on right now. And again, as you see on the ticker across the bottom of the screen, you will see our website, marcinbowl.com. You can check out all of our wonderful packages there. If you're looking to the far side of your screen right now, you're wondering, what are those green things hanging on the wall? Well, those are dinosaur tails. Not real dinosaur tails, plastic dinosaur tails, dinosaur ramps. So it can help your children bowl on the 10-pin side, so they don't just have to go on 5-pin. On the 10-pin side, and we have lighter balls as well, 4-pound, 5-pound, 6-pound balls as well for the smaller children. I think rolled down the dinosaur ramps, they are a hit. Also, I may have used one once or twice, and they help a lot. That is why you don't see these bowlers here today, because they are true pros. They do not need the bumpers up, and they do not need the dinosaur ramps like yours truly. If you want to find more about some exciting events going on and things like this, you can go to @Marcin Bowl on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're just joining us and wondering what a no tap is, or just need a refresher, a no tap is when you get 9 pins on your first ball and it counts as a strike. Now, it doesn't happen in every game, but for this tournament, it does to keep it a level playing field, as we have a lot of different skill levels here. And as I said earlier, some bowlers that have been bowling longer than some of these people have been alive, and some of their parents have been alive. We have bowlers of all ages here. And to keep it fair and square, 9 pins counts as a strike. But someone over on lane 22 does not need that, as there was just a strike. We've seen a lot of strikes here today. And on lane 23, we just saw a strike, and that was from John Armstrong. And I know it's John Armstrong because his name is on the back of his shirt.
You're an observant fellow.
I thought so, Dave. I thought so. And I can also observe on the screen right now, if you're wondering what this is, Marcin Music Nights. It happens every Sunday. We've got 2 more for a bit, and then we'll pick it up later on down the road. But we've got Marcin Music Nights going on for the rest of March. And we've got Forced Epiphany. It is a young acoustic duo that is tomorrow night, March 17th, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And the following week, I'll give you a sneak peek on who it is. It is Mark Blaney will be
Mark
coming.
Blaney. Nice.
Mark Blaney will be coming in the following week.
He's like a local legend, that guy.
He is. He made up some nice posters, and you'll be seeing those if you come to Marcin Bowl throughout the week. And this whole broadcast, as I said earlier, is being brought to you by Dave Burrows. www.davidburrows.live. You can find him at Dave Burrows on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, X or Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. You can watch this show with David Burrows. I will not tell you how long I've been watching the show, but I remember watching the show when it first started, episode 4, I think.
Oh, it was horrible.
I thought it was great.
We're coming up 13 years in November for the show.
Wow.
Yeah. Done a lot of interviews, a lot of fun things that I get to do, and
Just like this right here.
yeah, like this is cool. Like, you know, and I'm mostly the people that I get to meet, the stories they have. Everybody's got a story, right? And it's I've been fortunate.
Also, Rockin' Bowl at Highway Bowl, our affiliate lanes. They got 12 lanes of music, fog, lights, and fun. Happens Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays for their Rockin' Bowl. And stay tuned this Monday because we'll be announcing Trivia Nights. Stay tuned for the nights for that. And we have Rockin' Bowl at Marcin as well. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays here at Marcin Bowl. We have music and fun here for Rockin' Bowl. So even if you want to bowl, but you don't, maybe you're not thinking of doing it competitively, just right now, you can come out, have some fun. Nice date night, nice night with the family, friends. Here at Highway Bowl, here at Marcin Bowl or Highway Bowl. We have Rockin' Bowl available. It's fun at either place. If you want to bring the little ones, as you see, there are dinosaur ramps on the side. You can bring them to bowl as well. And to reserve your lanes, book online with us at www.marcinbowl.com. We have birthday party packages and more. We have a March break deal, or a March deal now, is our March party package. We have a $90 option, a $95 option, and a $190 option as well for 1 or 2 lanes with food and shoes and more included in that deal. As we fit 6 people on a lane, so for 2 lanes, that's 12 people. You can bring 12 people or even more if you'd like. If you would like to book more. But all of our reservations are done on our website. At marcinbowl.com. And we are nearing the latter half here of our tournament, or at least of the second game. We're on the 7th frame of the second game, with 1 more game to go for the Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament. Teams of 2 competing not just against the team that's on their lane, but against everyone. We've seen a lot of high-scoring games so far. I look over to my left, and on 24, there's a bowler with 6 strikes in a row. I really hope I do not jinx them because they are bowling quite the game. A lot of these bowlers are. I see a lot of strikes and red X's as well, and the red X's are for the no tap, so that is 9 pins. 9 pins counts as a strike for this no-tap doubles tournament. And the Shamrock, that's just for St. Patrick's Day, which is tomorrow, if you forgot. I know I almost did. Nice to see a lot of these bowlers here supporting each other. Not even just the bowlers on their team, but a lot of their friends and fellow bowlers from their leagues. I see a lot of these bowlers in multiple leagues. Some of these bowlers, they've been bowling their whole lives. And just bowling in these leagues is fun for them, but some of them do it competitively. We have some great competitive bowlers here as well. Like Ben LaPointe, who's running
there's the amazing Ian Litton right there. We got you on camera.
So hello, yes, I am Ian Linton, the Marcin marketing manager. So if you see a lot of our posts on our social medias, this is the face behind it. Not all the time, so don't get mad at me. But I'm here live at Marcin Bowl for the Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament. And as you see behind me, we have wonderful 10-pin lanes. This is our 10-pin side, but we also have 5-pin as well. As you can see over my head here, here's all the lanes.
A great crowd here today.
We have a lot of bowlers here today, but not even just bowlers. We have a lot of family and friends supporting. You can see Jeff, the owner, walking by there as well. He might be mad. I just pointed him out. But yes, there's me again on your screen. Our wonderful setup here, provided by David Burrows, the other wonderful voice you hear. Or some might say, the only wonderful voice you hear here.
Oh, come on now. I'm proud of you. You've been doing this MC thing for a while. You know, you did the Sarnia Sting for a bit. You've done some wrestling. I think, did you ever help me out with the lacrosse thing?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've done lacrosse.
No?
No, I've done a lot of sports. This is my first time commentating bowling.
Well, you're doing great, bud.
Thank you. There you see the show with David Burrows.
Where?
Right on my headphones. Right there, that nice shot right there.
Beauty shot. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for a walk with this, and you can kind of describe. I'm going to go over to the 5-pin side and the video game side. We're going to see if this works.
So as we see the tournament here, Dave is also going to be walking around showing you what other great sights you will see here at Marcin Bowl. So on your right-hand side, you have the action going on, and then you also have the Dave Vision. There you see our wonderful pro shop as well. There's Jeff, our wonderful owner. Great smile from Jeff. See them running. Here you see some of our wonderful bowlers. Dave's trying not to hit them. That's okay. Terry at the desk. Always a smiling face. Nice wave there from Terry. Here's our 5-pin side as well. We have 12 beautiful, beautiful lanes for our 5-pin side. And then there is our arcade in all of its glorious vision. Miss Pac-Man there. Then we also have air hockey.
Last call for 50-50 behind 21-22. Last call for 50-50 behind 21 and 22.
Last call for 50-50, and it's ending. The last call here for this game as we are in our 8th rounds here. Our 8th frame. And now you're seeing the Dave Vision is back. Look at there. There's Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant. Home to some wonderful HD screens and our wonderful servers there helping the customers. As well, we've got a pool table there. Wonderful booth. And you can watch some sports, watch some TV. And there I am in the booth. Oh, and Dave's going back in the Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant. There's Jen. Giving a nice smile there. One of our wonderful servers here. We got some very high scoring games going on here. Over on lane 23 right now, we've got a bowler with strikes only and no taps only. And Dave is coming back here, walking around to, oh, there I am. There's Dave looking at me. Now I'm looking at Dave. A nice tour there of our wonderful facilities here at Marcin Bowl. We're back at the full lane view.
There you go. How was that for a virtual tour?
Oh, that was pretty interesting, the Dave vision there. But
Did it work all the way through? I couldn't tell if it didn't freeze up.
I think right when you got to Miss Pac-Man, it froze for a few minutes, or for a few seconds.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
It didn't want everyone to see all the other games, because you got to come into Marcin Bowl and check out all the games. That's our arcade on the 10-pin side.
What's cool as well is they've got the broadcast up here, 2 big screen televisions, and even in the bar they've got the broadcast going on in there, so everybody can see what's going on. And they've always got all the games, all the sports games and everything going on in the bar there. And I was just in there taking a break, and Brooklyn's there, and Jen and Shelly. And Shelly, I don't know if you know, she's worked here like 30 years.
She may not want you to say that, Dave.
Maybe not. When I was here, she was here. So all awesome staff here. I've always had great service.
Great staff here. And I'm not just saying that because I have to see them every time I come in here.
No, it's always been good when we come in. I can honestly attest to this as well. I was in here last Friday. Yeah, I came in here to talk about doing this, and I had the fish, and it was awesome. And I don't eat fish a lot, but it was very, very delicious. And like for $15, it was a great portion, good size, and that really supports the Point Brewing Company there as well, right?
Yeah, they provide the beer for our beer batter, so
Nice.
which is made in-house, the beer batter. We have a bowler with 8 frames and all strikes and no taps over on lane 23. Very impressive game. A lot of very impressive games here.
Where are we looking? Lane 23?
On lane 23. They don't have the names up, so they come up as A, B, C, and D.
Oh.
But right now, D. But on lane 23 and 24, Chris Woodman and Melaine Lefebvre, Brett Zevenbergen, Sabrina Rankin, and on lane 24, Dave Bruder, John Armstrong, Ronnie Shepard, and Lisa Lapointe. And you'll see them switch back and forth between lanes, as you will all these lanes. Also on lane 21, there's a bowler that's gotten all strikes as well. And if you can see some of these screens and you're seeing that some of the scores look very low, it's because some of these bowlers, that was their score before they got all these strikes in a row. So expect to see when the game's done a lot of very high scores. We have another bowler on lane 27 that's gotten all strikes and no taps as well. No taps, that's when you get a 9. When you bowl a 9 on your first ball, and that counts as a strike.
Another shot there. I think that's lane 23 and 24.
It's lane 24 right there.
If I can hold her steady. Wow.
Got a 201 as well. A 300 is a perfect game. So 201, not even bowling your 9th frame, that's very impressive. As these teams are finishing up here in their 9th frame. Then we'll move over to their 10th frame and then the 3rd game in this tournament. See some more strikes there on our left-hand side. Just another strike on lane 23. What a game they're bowling on 23 and 24. That's the lane closest to us, so if you hear us talking about that one more than the others, we'll get the scores later on and shout out the winners, shout out some of our best scores. Who can get that, and we'll see if anyone gets a 300 this tournament. I'm sure there's probably a few going on. Another strike there on lane post 29. Shout out to lane 29. 29 and 30. It's Bob Avery and Carrie Avery. Jim Boakes and Rachel Hewson. Jason Armitage, Dave Little, Jason Fox, and Chris Meredith on lane 29 and 30. And it is doubles. So teams of 2, a lot of families here, a lot of teammates and league mates as well. And a lot of family members that are competing, I guess, against each other, because you're competing against everyone. You're not just competing against the other team on your lane. That's more of a benchmark of who to beat and try and beat their scores. But in total, you're trying to beat everyone's score and get your highest score. Got a 264 game on 27. What a game there. His 300 is 300 is a perfect game, so 264. That's quite the game. Nice strike there on lane 20. On lane 19, we have Larry Plum and Mike Marcinson, Haley Ray and Courtney Martin, and Jeff Maloche and Jeff Bartran on 20, along with Bryce Watson and Cole Parkilla. Bryce Watson, one of our wonderful mechanics here at Marcin Bowl. And the teams are just finishing up here. They're on their 10th frame of the second game. Going on to their third game. Their third of 3 games. It's been a very competitive game here today. A lot of high scoring games. Like on lane 23, we have a 244 and a 229, a 265 on lane 22, a 259 on 21. Some very high scoring games. And stay tuned to our Facebook page at marcinbowl.com, and you can find out if anyone won bowled, and if anyone got an 800 series or a 300 game, we'll be sure to let you know. Also, big shout out to one of our lane sponsors, 19 and 20 Best Wiring Solutions. They do a lot of audio, visual, and security here in Sarnia-Lambton. Got a nice game going there on 23 as they're just finishing up there. And you'll see the teams switch lanes after every frame. People from 23 will go to 24, and 24 will go to 23. So they're not bowling on the same lane each time they go. Also, if you're not looking for something as competitive as this, you can come to Rock and Bowl and bowl with your friends, family. Great date night as well. Rock and Bowl, that's Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday from 2 to 9 p.m. here at Marcin Bowl. Music and fun. They do that at Highway Bowl as well on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. See there's Rock and Roll for Highway Bowl. They got the big video screens there, specifically for Rock and Bowl. It's a lot of fun. You can request songs as well. Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Something a little special is coming on Thursdays for Rock and Bowl. Stay tuned to Highway Bowl's Facebook for that. We got a nice no tap there on lane 24. You see the nice curve there. True professional there, John Armstrong. I can tell it was John Armstrong because, again, it says on the back of his shirt. It really helps me out here. I wish every bowler had that. And we're just finishing up here in our second games. Moving to the third of 3 games. And speaking of games, you can play games here at Marcin Bowl as well. And you can reserve your bowling online at www.marcinbowl.com. And birthday deals as well. And we have live entertainment Sunday evenings from 8 to 10 p.m. for Marcin Music Nights. Tomorrow is Forced Epiphany. And the following Sunday is Mark Blaney. We got a 280. A 280 on 24. That's about the closest you can get. And a 277 on 23. Very good games there. As we're moving on now to game 3. Some of the bowlers are just finishing up here. And some are moving on to their third game. 3 games here for the Marcin Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament at Marcin Bowl. And as we're going into our third games, we'll be right back. Right after this, we'll be right back. Right after these messages.
Ah, snap. I'm gonna tell you about my favorite place to roll.
Yeah, now I'm in control. Tell you all about my favorite place to bowl. Located inside Lambton County. I'll tell you all for free, ain't gotta put up a bounty. Point Edward, it's the location you know. At this great place called Marcin Bowl. Also gutter balls, restaurant and bar. If you want great food, you ain't gotta go far. Also home to an arcade. So many great games to play. So don't let your day waste away. Come on out and bowl today. Almost forgot about rock and roll. Listen up before you scroll. It's a perfect combination of bowling, music, and fun. It's Friday to Sunday, and you won't want it to be done. No. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. 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 Aw, snap. We ain't done, though. Now what to do when you're ready to go. Here to spit these rhymes to help you know. Go to the front desk if you need some shoes. And choose how long you bowl, yeah, it's up to you. Now I want to give some safety tips. But don't you dare fret, yeah, this'll be quick. Clean your balls so you can grip them tight. And tie your shoes so you don't slip like ice. Also clean up if you get some food. Yeah, use your manners and don't be rude. Now all the fun is up to you. Visit in the morning, night, or the afternoon. Yeah! You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl.
And we are bowling here at Marcin Bowl for the Marcin's Shamrock No Tap Doubles Tournament here at Marcin Bowl from Point Edward, Ontario. Brought to you by the wonderful David Burrows and the show with David Burrows and the Video Show Network. I am Ian Linton, the Triple M, the Marcin's marketing manager. I am the marketing manager by day and by also day. I'm a commentator, and I am commentating the No Tap Doubles Tournament here of the Shamrock variety here at Marcin Bowl. We are on the third games for the No Tap Doubles tournament.
Okay. Thank you, Brooklyn. Brooklyn's taking good care of us.
Shout out to the servers here at Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant at Marcin Bowl, who have been helping us and helping all the bowlers here stay hydrated, stay refreshed during this tournament. Making sure I can talk this whole time. This tournament has been very competitive. Last round, we saw a 280 game, a 277 game as well, just on the lanes right by us. And speaking of seeing, you can see Best Wiring Solutions on lane 19 and 20. One of our wonderful sponsors for audio, visual, and security needs. Best Wiring Solutions. One of our wonderful sponsors here at Marcin Bowl. And you can hear Ben Lapointe. He's the man that put on this tournament here.
John Armstrong.
It wouldn't be fair if he was bowling here today. He's quite the bowler himself, so might be quite the advantage for someone if they had him on their team. So a lot of the bowlers you will see here today, they are league bowlers here at Marcin Bowl. Pretty competitive. That's why the no tap rule. No tap. If you get 9 pins, that count on your first ball, that counts as a strike. That's to keep it level playing field. Some bowlers have been bowling longer than a lot of the competitors have been alive. So just to keep it even here, keep it a bit more fair. You don't have to get exactly a strike to be competitive. But some of these bowlers don't need the no tap. They can just get strikes just like that. Look at that, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. I'm rhyming. That is the laugh of David Burrows, who's joining me here today.
Yeah, it's been a great day here. Nice to get out here. Like I say, being here, even when I was driving out, I know I've told you this before, but it brings back a lot of memories for me here. When I was 21 years old, I started here doing the karaoke inside the Gutterballs restaurant. It wasn't Gutterballs until about the second year I was here, and they renamed it Gutterballs. Really nice that Jeff and his family have kept that name. They've kept the house that Steve built. A lot of traditions here that they've kept here at Marcin Bowl, and say it's a lot of memories for me to look around here. So to be back here in this DJ booth, where we've converted into a broadcasting booth, is it's had me thinking about a lot of fun that I had here. Like, I think 3 years I was here doing the karaoke before I moved on, but it was a great experience in my life for sure. Nice to see that bowling's still a thing, like I think there were times when people thought, oh, bowling's, faded away a lot, but, Jeff and his family have done a great job of keeping it alive here in Sarnia and Point Everett.
Last 3 digits on a white ticket. 3.
Yeah, it's been great. It's great to see bowling still going well. I see a lot of people, high school age, even a bit older, a lot of groups of them are still coming and bowling, and it's good to see that, people are coming out and bowling, and it's not just, there's the, I guess the stereotype that a lot of teenagers and young adults like to sit on their phones and don't communicate and don't go out. I see a lot of young people out here bowling. There's a lot of young people out here bowling today, and that's a great thing to see.
I'm sorry, what was that? Sorry, I was on my phone.
Oh, you got me there, Dave.
That's true, though. A lot of relationships have been built over the years over bowling. It's like going out on a date. They say, hey, do you want to go bowling? Or it's either a movie or bowling or dinner. You could do dinner and bowling here.
Yeah, Gutter Balls Bar and Restaurant. They got some great food as well. And yeah, it's been great to see. I do see a lot of, it's funny you say that, I do see a lot of couples here. Not even just bowling here today, but a lot of couples in leagues. That's their date night is leagues. So it's nice to see just Marcin Bowl and Highway Bowl. It's a great activity for people to come on out and bowl and have some fun and stay busy and stay active. There's a lot of activeness going into bowling and a lot of strategy going into bowling. You can do it for fun as well, but a lot of these bowlers here, you can see the curve they're putting on, the spin they're putting on the ball, just to hit that right pin, to get the right angle.
Well, you can't see the scoreboard, but if we take a look here at lane 24, like there's already number 2, 3, and 4 there. Like they've all strikes.
Strikes and no taps, and even above them, a 9 and 2 strikes. So.
Yeah. Oh.
So I wanted you to drop the gift card, but I still have 5 strips of tickets up here. So if you didn't get a strip of red tickets when you checked in, please come.
Dave's getting jumpy from the from the speaker.
Caught me off guard. Well, the first open frame there on lane 24.
And you see throughout this tournament, if people do get a 9, and then on their first ball, that's a no tap. That's why it's no tap doubles. I know Shamrock and St. Patrick's Day doesn't have to do with no drinking. It's not, you can't go to the tap. I see a lot of drinks flowing and and it's helping some of the game here.
Right. That's what I'd need to bowl.
Some of these bowlers are getting their liquid motivation. And they're getting their beverages from the wonderful servers at Gutter Balls Bar and Restaurant. Shelly, Brooklyn, and Jen. Shout out to them. And if you want to come in here and bowl, we have some wonderful packages online at marcinbowl.com. We have a wonderful March package going on right now, as well as birthday party deals. And you can come in Sundays for some music, Sunday evenings, 8 to 10 p.m. for Marcin Music Nights. We have Forced Epiphany going on tomorrow night, March 17th, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And to close out March will be Mark Blaney. And we're going to take a little break from the Marcin Music Nights, but we'll be back before you know it.
On a red ticket, last 3 digits, 559. Probably Dave's looking.
And as you heard over the PA, that is Ben LaPointe, who helped put on this wonderful tournament for the Marcin Shamrock No Tap Doubles tournament at Marcin Bowl in Point Edward. And if you're wondering when we're open, you can look here. We're open every day of the week. The only day we're closed is Christmas. So for all of those asking us on Facebook, yes, we're open. So you can come and bowl at Marcin Bowl.
Just coming to the third game now, I guess, for everybody here. And I feel like the second game went faster than the first game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like people get their flow and their mojo and they get some momentum going and they kind of pick up the pace. They get more comfortable.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that as well. I looked up last game and I was looking at the screen for 2 minutes, look up, and we're already in the 5th frame. So we're in the 3rd frame of this game, the 3rd game, or the fourth frame for some bowlers. Some of them started just ahead.
Beautiful strike on 27.
27 and 28 have been some high-scoring games. Same with 23 and 24. I'm sure there's some way far down at the end we've been missing. We got some great young bowlers down there as well. Like some of our mechanics, Joe Windover, who's on lane 16, and Bryce Watson on lane 20, whose dad is also bowling on lane 18, Brian Watson, who made these wonderful logos for the Marcin's Shamrock No Tap doubles logo and the Marcin's logo with the little shamrock on it for St. Patrick's Day. And if you would like to stay up to date, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Marcin Bowl. And also at Highway Bowl on Facebook and Instagram. You can stay up to date with all of the exciting events going on there as well. We're in the fourth frame on lane 24, and we've already got some high scores there. Over on lane 23, we've got a bowler with 3 strikes in a row. And here comes my favorite bowler of the day, John Armstrong, just because he has his name on his shirt. And he helps me know who it is. He's bowling on lane 23 and 24. You'll see the teams switch lanes after every frame. So 23 will jump to 24, and 24 will go to 23. And a nice strike there from John Armstrong. And that counts as a no tap. It's 9 pins on the first ball on lane 24. Got another no tap there on 23. Just the 9 pins there for the strike. Over on lane 22. We've got a perfect game going on so far. I hope I didn't just... Nope, we still got a perfect game going on lane 22. That's 5 strikes in a row. Over close to us, we've yet to see a 300 game, but we have seen a 280 game. We've seen a 277. I noticed the second games were some of the higher scoring games. I feel like once the bowlers get into their groove and figure out their strategies and get everything going, it's a bit easier for them to get those higher scores. Maybe by the third game they're a little bit more tired, so it might be a bit harder to get those perfect games, but sometimes you don't know. Also, I don't bowl like some of these bowlers here, so I may not know exactly. But it's really amazing to see a lot of different age groups here, different skill levels, all competing here at the Marcin's Shamrock No Tab Doubles Tournament. Over on 20, we've still got that perfect game because the bowlers are switching. There was a strike there on, that was 19 by Bryce Watson, one of our wonderful mechanics here. Also, shout out to the show with David Burrows. David Burrows has been helping us today get this all set up, as well as Highway Bowl, our affiliate bowling alley. Got a lot of exciting events coming up for the summertime. Cannot wait for those. And also, some exciting things coming up in April with yours truly. Stay tuned to Highway Bowl's Facebook for that as well. Thank you for tuning in right now to the Marcin Bowl Shamrock No Tab Doubles Tournament. Or if you're tuning in later, hope you had a great day, and thank you for tuning in. I hear some cheering, or maybe some booing, hopefully friendly booing. A lot of friends here.
Friendly rivalry.
Yeah, a lot of friends here. Friends, family. I noticed earlier, even on the big screens here, we've got the tournament stream going up, so these bowlers can watch themselves as they bowl.
They're starting to notice a little bit more that they're on screen.
And one thing you should notice is Thursday night. It's Thursday wing night here at Gutterballs Bar and Restaurant at Marcin Bowl. And Thursday wing night, 1 pound of wings for $10. That's quite the deal. You can gain an extra pound, but it's of wings, so you're okay. It's a tasty way to gain an extra pound. We've also got a perfect game going on in 23. You notice there's a bit less perfect games going on this one because as the bowlers get a bit more tired, but they're still bowling quite the games. Also notice a lot of bowlers, as they realize that they're being filmed, they're looking over here and looking at us like, you better not be trash talking me.
Lane 28 got a perfect game going on there, and set number 4. until I said something. And now, oh, yeah, they're still in there. About halfway through the third and final game here of the Shamrock no-tap doubles.
We got a perfect game going on in 19 as well. Still quite a few perfect games going on. We're going to see some high scores. No word yet if there has been a 300 game from what we've seen, but there has been a 280 at least. And it will be posted to our Facebook page, Marcin Bowl, and to our Instagram, if at Marcin Bowl. If there is a 300 game or an 800 series, there you see on the screen there, at Marcin Bowl. You gotta imagine though, some of these bowlers, they are seeing themselves on the screen, and maybe they're thinking, maybe that puts them under a little bit more pressure. Maybe that just, sometimes you know you're being watched, so you bowl even better. But a lot of these bowlers bowl in high pressure tournaments, so a lot of times this is nothing new. Nothing new to a lot of these bowlers. Even on 24 here, there's a perfect game going on throughout 6 frames. There was a no tap on lane 27. So that's 9 pin. It's counted as a strike. Just to keep it a bit more level playing field for everyone. Now, my strategy, if I was in this tournament, wouldn't be to bowl the best. It would be to have the best partner and just make sure they pick up the slack. Congratulations, there's an engagement. Not sure whose engagement, but congratulations.
Somebody down here just beside us here. I think she's feeling a little embarrassed.
Well, hey, finding love through bowling. You can love bowling, and you can find love through bowling. And you can also find your love through bowling through joining us at Marcin Bowl. And you can book at marcinbowl.com for parties. We have a March package going on right now for 1 lane or 2 lanes as well. A lot of these teams are moving on to their 7th frame here. We're seeing some high-scoring games.
Oh, 24 there just had a really nice attempt at that sort of split. They got the far left one there, but wow, that just blows my mind. Sorry.
It's all good. Whoever's on lane 24, it's their 7th frame. Looks like it's John Armstrong. He's the most helpful man here.
Just like that.
And he's continuing that perfect game.
Makes it look so easy, eh?
He's the one to watch here.
Be great to see a perfect game here today. I
Yeah.
suspect we might see a couple.
We might have even missed some earlier, but we saw a lot of close ones in the second one. Saw 280. But yeah, I think John Armstrong there over on his third frame got the holidays mixed up. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, but he's out here serving turkeys.
There you go.
3 strikes in a row. I know they say 3 strikes and you're out, but you want to get 3 strikes. Well, even more when you're bowling in a tournament like this. And if someone's score says 0, that's actually a good thing for right now, because when you get a strike, it doesn't show up your score right away. So you want the lower score to be on the screen this far into it. And then when the game's done, you want that high score to show up. And sometimes if you see a low score right now, it's just because they've been getting a lot of strikes or no taps. We got a perfect game going on here too. Some very competitive games going on here. Now remember, these teams are not competing against the team on their lane. Well, technically they are, but they're competing against everyone. So not just the team on their lane. They're competing against every other team that's here today. On 21, we saw an attempt for a split, not quite. So a nice strike there on 23. It's by Dave Bruder. And now we've got John Armstrong.
Just as we start wrapping up the third game here, I just want to remind everybody that the ball draw tickets are going to be sold first and second squad, so we're only giving away 1 ball. When you're doing a third game, bring your sheets up just like the other two, and give us like probably 10 or 15 minutes to get brackets ready. All announcement, we're going to be paying that out.
Not quite there by John Armstrong, but he's bowling an amazing game. He's got 5. Over on lane 23. You might have put too much pressure on him, but still an amazing game so far. Looks like we've still got a perfect game going on 28. We'll have to see if we can, if someone does reach that 300. As we're going to the 9th frame here, finishing up the 3rd game and the first group of 2 for the Shamrock No Tap Doubles tournament. The second one will begin at 6:30 tonight. See a lot of sportsmanship here going on today. Even if these bowlers don't know each other, they're still supporting each other, supporting their fellow bowlers. They know they still want to win, but it's all in good fun. Some friendly competition here at Marcin Bowl. Nice split there on lane 24. We're on the 9th frame here. Nice strike there on 24. One up is John Armstrong on 24. Looks like we got a perfect game going on as well on lane 19. I'll have to keep an eye out on that. That was a strike there from John Armstrong. It's okay, sometimes you fall down, but you get back up. He can still get this. And just like that, there's nothing on lane 24.
I feel again like this 3rd game has gone a lot faster than the 1st and the 2nd round.
Yeah, like you said earlier, I feel like since everyone's in the groove now and everything's going, it's flowing a lot easier. They're in it now. I'm just watching here over on lane. That's lane 20. Looks like it's Cole Parkilla who's bowling the perfect game. And just like that, he keeps it up. Him and Bryce Watson. He's just bowling that blue ball there.
It's a different style I've seen where they use both hands to hold on to that ball. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's definitely the style I've been seeing lately from a lot of these younger competitive bowlers. I know Jason Belmonte from Australia, he definitely helped do that style. And I know he's one of Bryce's idols, from what I've heard. And he definitely
Wow, there it is
inspires
again.
a lot. Aspires a lot of bowlers, and a lot of competitive bowlers have been taking that style and taking that two-handed style, and it works. I think I did it. I've done it one time and had one of my best games bowling two hands. It definitely works if you know how to do it. Not saying I knew how to do it, but
I'd need both hands just to hold the ball up.
that was why I did it. But
yeah, still a perfect game down here on 28 by the looks of it.
got a no tap there on 23. 9 pins down on the first ball. So that counts as a strike as the teams are going down onto their 10th frame. Or most of them. Some of them are still on their 9th, but most are going down to their 10th frame. And if you want to bowl at Marcin Bowl, you can reserve with us at www.marcinbowl.com for great birthday party deals. We have live entertainment Sunday evenings for the rest of March. And as well, we've got a great package going on for March, which you can find on our website as well for when you book a lane, for 1 lane or 2 lanes. It's a great deal. You do not want to miss that deal. Nice strike there on 23. Seeing a lot of these bowlers really showing out on their last frame, trying to catch up, trying to get their scores up. See some nice scores in the 200s. We got a 254, 267. It's on lane 21. Got a 254 on 27. And I think we got it. I see a 300 on 28. That was a perfect game. I'm not exactly sure who bowled that, but
I think I see one down there. I don't know. Maybe my bad eyes.
I think that's Cole Perkilla. He was bowling quite the game. And Bryce Watson looks like he got a nice score as well. Those teammates. That might be the team to beat there. So we have seen some 300s, so stay tuned to our Facebook page, Marcin Bowl. And we'll be making some announcements soon on who those 300 games were. And our Instagram as well, at Marcin Bowl. So teams are just finishing up here.
Seen a lot of great bowling out here today, even on the no tap.
255.
Still a lot, but 256 up there, 254.
We're at 255. John Armstrong. Some great bowling here today. Some very competitive bowling. Excited to see who got the top scores for this tournament. I think after this, we'll take a quick break and then we'll be back when they announce the winners.
Snap. I'm gonna tell you about my favorite place to bowl.
Yeah, now I'm in control. Tell you all about my favorite place to bowl. Located inside Lambton County. I'll tell you all for free, ain't gotta put up a bounty. Point Edward, it's the location you know. At this great place called Marcin Bowl. Also gutter balls, restaurant and bar. If you want great food, you ain't gotta go far. Also home to an arcade. So many great games to play. So don't let your day waste away. Come on out and bowl today. Almost forgot about rock and bowl. Listen up before you scroll. It's the perfect combination of bowling, music, and fun. It's Friday to Sunday and you won't want it to be done. No. You wanna bowl at Marcin Bowl. 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 Aw, snap. We ain't done though. Now what to do when you're ready to go. Here to spit these rhymes to help you know. Go to the front desk if you need some shoes and choose how long you bowl, yeah, it's up to you. Now I want to give some safety tips, but don't you dare fret, yeah, this will be quick. Clean your balls so you can grip them tight and tie your shoes so you don't slip like ice. Also clean up if you get some food, yeah, use your manners and don't be rude. Now all the fun is up to you. Visit in the morning, night, or the afternoon, yeah!
And we're back here at Marcin Bowl for the Marcins Shamrock No Tap doubles. And very soon we will find out who won today's tournament, as we're just finishing up the third game in the series. A lot of great bowling today. We saw a few 300 games as well, and some very close ones.
Down at the far end here, there's still from like 29 to 34, still about 3 frames to go there. A couple lanes and then one on the other, so. Wrapping up shortly. In the meantime, they got the hockey game on. Everybody will be stepping inside the gutter balls to grab a refreshment.
And you can step inside the Gutter Balls too. Gutter Balls Bar and Restaurant. It's open as soon as Marcin Bowl is open.
And then will bowling be open tonight after the?
We will have bowling tonight.
After the tournament's over?
After the tournament, yes.
There you go, right on. So you're open, what time are you open till tonight?
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Okay.
We'll have some rock and roll going on tonight.
Cool.
And tomorrow night, we'll have Marcin Music Nights. A live rock and roll, if you will. For St. Patrick's Day, we'll have Forced Epiphany, a young acoustic duo who's making some waves in the music scene here. Marcin Music Nights, that's tomorrow night. 8.
Yeah, Kaz
to
I'm
10
familiar with.
Kaz is an amazing singer.
Both very talented individuals. I've heard them before.
Looks like we're all wrapped up here on these lanes, and over here, couple frames left to go. And then once these lanes are done, we'll figure out who got the best scores of the day. And again, reminder, tomorrow night, Marcin Music Nights. It's Forced Epiphany. You do not want to miss that. 8 to 10 p.m. 2 hours of great music. And St. Patrick's Day. Come enjoy a few drinks as well. Just want to give another huge shout out to Ben Lapointe for putting this together, as well as our amazing servers here today who've been helping not just us out, but also the bowlers. And I think Dave wants me to give someone else a shout out here, so I'm going to give him a shout out. David Burrows.
Oh.
Shout out to David Burrows for helping us here today, getting this amazing stream going. We'll have another one tonight with Dave as your main commentator. Give you and my voice a little break. And you can find Dave.
I'll do my best. I've never really commentated bowling before.
It's easy, Dave. Anyone can do it.
Oh, okay.
Look
well,
at me.
I should be okay then.
But you can find Dave at Dave Burrows on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and whatever we're calling it this week, Twitter or X.
Right. I got to change that. Don't want to misrepresent my buddy Elon.
Hey, you might get unverified.
Right.
And another shout out just to all the bowlers here today who having a great time bowling today. Some nice competition, friendly competition, some family competition as well. We've got 2 lanes just wrapping up here. Then we should have some final scores. And again, shout out to Brooklyn for getting us water. It's keeping me going.
She's been busy. Jen's been busy. Shelly, there are 3 ladies on today running around. I know I'll be grabbing a bite to eat and recharging myself for 6:30 tonight when we do the second part 2, if you will, of the Shamrock No Tap doubles tournament here at Marcin's.
And again, just finishing up here. Last couple frames. So as we're finishing up, just another big shout out to Brian Watson for making this wonderful logo. Both wonderful logos you see on the screen for the Marcin Shamrock no tap doubles and the nice Marcin logo with the Shamrock in there as well. Some happy celebrations there.
Last minute there, the ninth pin went down for her.
Heading on to their last frame here. And we should have the scores. Our top scores were coming up very shortly.
Yeah, I imagine they'll have them fairly quickly just because of the computer system that's here that's used at Marcin's. They probably already started calculating.
A lot of bowlers are staying around. A lot of them are competing tonight as well. Just getting that extra competition in. This lane here is going on their final frame. And again, if you want to come bowl here at Marcin Bowl, you can come on out to our Rockin' Bowls Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays here at Marcin Bowl. Sundays, we got a bit of a live Rockin' Bowl in the evenings with our Marcin music nights. Nice no tab there. 9 pins. As they're just getting finished up here, we'll be right back with who won the tournament very shortly.
start handing out brackets. If you think you're going to win something, then come on up and we'll start paying you guys out.
So we're here live at Marcin Bowl for the Marcin's Shamrock No Tap Doubles. Just wrapping up here, our current top team for this first bracket here was the team of Bryce Watson and Cole Parkila. 807 for Bryce, 861 for Cole, with no handicap there. They are the current top team for this round here.
All right, so next one starts at 6:30.
Next one's at 6:30.
And we'll be back for that. So I guess you're dumping me, are you? You got better things to do than hang out with an old guy like me?
No, Dave, I wouldn't do that.
All right, I'll be here. He's leaving me for something better. He's got a better deal going on, but I'll be here. We'll be live again at 6:30. Thanks, everybody, for watching.